Hi, my name's Justin Montgomery, and I'm going to draw for you today. Started this video series kind of thinking I can draw some pictures because I enjoy drawing, and talk about things that I've been thinking about. So originally I wanted to prep the surface. I started drawing on these album covers that I picked up at Goodwill, um, for $1. They're old. We have a lot of people out here that had old albums and they dropped them off at our People Helping People, not Goodwill, sorry. So I started usually using, it was a Sharp, no, it wasn't a Sharpie. It was, what are those called? Highlighter from Stadler. They're great. I usually use them. I tried to use it on this, but the slick didn't work, so I just wiped it off. Now I'm using a Micron point 0.3, um, and here we go. So drawing kind of started thinking about, I've been thinking a lot about AI lately. Um, we, I was up at a conference in Seattle. So I work for a university doing communications and marketing. And so we've been experimenting a lot with the different tools. ChatGPT was one of them. Firefly with from Adobe was phenomenal. But just some of the amazing things that it's capable of doing. So, anyways, I was at the conference, and um, it's a higher education conference. There were universities from all over the place. It's a case conference, uh, and the topic of ChatGPT came up, and I told them, yeah, I use it. I use it for a lot of different things. It's great for generating marketing copy. It's really helpful for keyword research. I've used it to help with prompts for press releases. Lots of different things. I can ask it. You can ask it to do amazing things, and it comes up with stuff in about you know 2.3 seconds. And um, so across the board there, though, uh, there's a spectrum of reluctance from. Sorry, there's a spectrum of people that are interested in the ChatGPT platform. Again, most of these people are communications people, public relations people, marketing people, and so writing is something that we do. It's part of our jobs every day. And so we there's a spectrum of totally reluctant to use it. Administration doesn't want people to use it at all. To interested, curious, but haven't really experimented with it. So I was able to talk with a couple of people about it, and there was a lot of interest. And so I decided to give them a demonstration. And so we went into ChatGPT, and I showed them some of the ways that you can use the system, you can use the platform. And what was really interesting was one of the people that I was talking to. She's a director for a program, marketing and communication for a college back in New York. And one of the prompts that I used, it incorporated an adjective, funny, right? Create a funny tagline. And so it did. It created 10. I said, I prompted by creating 10 funny taglines. And it came up with 10 funny taglines. And she said, this is amazing. This is spectacular. I would never have thought to use the word funny to prompt the machine. I would just wanted copy. And I said, yeah, no, the machine, uh, the AI platform understands funny, right? It understands happy. It understands, you can prompt it to say write at a eighth grade level or write for high schoolers, or it has the ability to mimic interpretation and understanding of the context that you're giving to it. And so in that conversation, it really started, making me think, you know, uh, one of the things that she also said was, wow, I put this out to a copywriter and he told me to take about 2 to 3 weeks to come back with the tagline. And that's what kind of gave me pause in this, is that Ooh, I just probably um, not, I won't say eliminated, but definitely limited um, somebody's livelihood, somebody's job. Like it was a small scale. Maybe she'll continue using the copywriter. Maybe she won't use, the chat GPT for this type of thing. But I showed her that the possibility is there. And that really got me thinking along the lines of, wow, what is this? How is this really going to impact the economics of this particular field? Um, because I know for a fact there are people out there that will see that you see this machine, see this tool as an opportunity for cost savings. And that's absolutely, a viable, valid thing. I'm not arguing against that. But what I'm saying is that it just that moment it dawned on me that, oh wow, no, this is actually real. Like this platform, this tool just did what a person can do, what a person is getting paid to do, and it did it in 3 seconds, and it produced 10 times what a person was being paid to produce. And there are people that will, well, I mean, I will. Like, I have been using it. Granted, I don't have the budget in my job to outsource a lot of things. Uh, like that. Like that's a luxury to outsource a tagline to a company, to a copywriter, at least in my world. But so, and I don't know what she's going to do. I don't know. Like I'm just saying that now the possibility is there, and the more that the genie is out of the bottle, the more people are going to be doing this. And so the next, which is really fascinating, because again, like the whole narrative around AI was these types of jobs are going to be safe for 20 years. AI is not going to be able to critically think. It's not going to be able to, and I'm not saying that the machine does critically think, like, but it does a pretty good job of understanding context and producing material based upon that context. Of course, it does require a human eye to go through and say, okay, this is what I want, this is what I need. Um, but like it gets you 99% of the way there in some cases, especially with that simple marketing copy. Like it did that. Um, and so now my next question is like, how soon is the broader industry going to be disrupted? How soon do we get to a point where the people are not required that are prompting the machine? Because that was one of the things that I really pointed out to her was that like the better you prompt the machine, the better results that you get, and the less, you know, the closer it gets to what you're wanting. Um, and so eventually, though, like I do understand that behind the machine there are prompters, prompt engineers, people that are, when they're helping the machine get better. So, but eventually the machine is going to prompt itself. Like eventually they're going to create an AI platform that can prompt the AI platform. And it's not a far leap from that to not needing a person in place to interpret, or at least disrupting how we currently do this job as PR communication professionals. Um, AI that can actually critically think is probably not too far off. So, right now it's kind of especially the art side of it is kind of a dumb tool. I'll say it's brute force. It comes up with some interesting, amazing things, but I recognize that there's no real interpretation behind it. But the linguistic AI, the copywriting AI is getting really close. Like I had it prompt I prompted it to write a business plan, gave it the parameters, and it came up with a really good one. Um, and so, yeah, how far off are we? How far off are we from having from certain positions that can be, I won't say eliminated, because it is eliminate, like this machine will eliminate positions. Like from a copywriting perspective, like if I don't need to hire a freelance copywriter, like if I can give my copywriter the ability to generate copy quickly, that's close to what I need. I'm not going to hire a freelance copywriter. I don't have to do that anymore. Um, Unless of course volume increases and demand increases, then eventually every person has a limit for what they can produce. Um, so yeah, we've got this crazy, we're on the cusp of, no, no, we are, like it is happening. And so the people, like I'm experiencing people that are reluctant to do it, to use these machines. In fact, one of the women there said, if I type something in, will it go out? Do people know that I'm typing it in? Because I need control. I'm like, no, but yes, like it's tied in with Bing. So yes, what you're putting in is being picked up by an algorithm somewhere and stored, but it's not going to be published. So anyways, those are just some thoughts that I had. This was a picture that I drew, that kind of inspired this little comic, this little quick draw. What are the robots thinking? Do robots smell flowers? Um, do the machines know beauty? Can we make a machine that understands beauty? So there it is.